I am on my way to do something kind of sneaky and fun.
And then I was gonna come and ask you something. Can I take you on a date tonight?
I set the hook, the line caught the corner of that rock, snapped it, lost it. There goes my fly rod.
Maggie's scared.
This week is going to be a very stressful week.
That's a good one.
But I was like, well, it's worth a shot. Just knock off a Christmas gift that I really didn't even know Will wanted, so. Hi friends, welcome back to Friday. I am on my way to do something kind of sneaky and fun. Last night, me and Will went out because Will had to get something from Academy in Dunham's because he was looking for something to go fly fishing with. And that is actually where he is right now. He went fly fishing this morning. But while we were in Dunham's, we were actually leaving the, we were going through like the doors, and Will stopped and saw this blanket. And Will's not really a person where he likes to like necessarily buy things for himself, except for the exclusion of fishing, because he does enjoy that. And he was like, oh my gosh, it's like a smallmouth bass, and it was a blanket. And he really was leaning more towards getting it for his best friend. I was like, well, you know, like, do you want to get it for him? And he's like, no, I don't really want to pay. And I was like, well, do you want it? Like, do you want it like as a Christmas gift? And he's like, well, I don't know. He's like, I'd rather maybe get it for Connor. And I was like, okay. What I'm doing this morning is actually I'm gonna run to the store and I'm gonna grab 2 of them. I am gonna grab one for Connor, and then I'm gonna grab one for Will, but the catch is I'm not going to give Will his till Christmas. There was only like 3 left, but I was like, well, it's worth a shot and it'll just knock off a Christmas gift that I really didn't even know Will wanted. So while we were out yesterday, you guys, I saw on Facebook Marketplace, I was browsing through there one day and I saw this really cute teddy jar. If you guys know, we have a dog named Teddy, and so we have been like, it's kind of like a tradition now that we've been putting his treats in like a little teddy bear jar. But we needed something for Christmas. I saw this really cute, it's kind of like a vintage like Hallmark, and it's a little teddy bear. So I thought it was the perfect thing, and it was only $8. And this lady was the sweetest lady. I think she was older, she was retired. We went and met her in the parking lot while we were out yesterday, and we bought it from her. We're gonna run over there and I'll let you guys know what the blankets look like in case you have a fisherman in your life. Maybe they would like this gift. So let's go. We secured the package. These are the blankets, and they come tied in a really nice, like already to go. And then the inside is like this like Sherpa material, super soft. But anytime we go anywhere, Teddy always thinks we come back with a TOY. There's nothing in there, Bubby. There's nothing in there for Teddy. You can look, but there's nothing in there, honey. That's just a blankie. That's just a blankie. think it's from, I've been drinking a lot of VA juices. Fingers crossed, I said this all week, we're gonna put up our Christmas tree, so hopefully I'll have that for you. This morning or earlier, we had to run and pick up a gift for Will for Christmas and his friend, which I wrapped, I put away, and then in the midst of cleaning the kitchen and kind of getting that straightened away, my battery died, so I had to charge it. I'm going to make myself, force myself to sit and do my paper. I have my laptop here. I am just really so stressed out about this paper. I'm at a point where I'm stuck and it's really hard to move forward. So I'm trying to get clarification from my professor, which she did email me this morning. So I'm going to check that, see if I can move forward with that information. So I'm gonna do that. It's 4:10 right now. So we'll see how much work we end up getting done today. Good morning, guys. Welcome to today's video. I am using my phone because Will's in there asleep right now with Teddy, and I know that the audio is better when I use my phone versus my camera because you might not be able to hear me as well. But anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our vlog for today. I am about to get started on my paper. This week is going to be a very stressful week. However, I think the week's going to go by really fast, at least for me. Whenever I'm having a very stressful week and I need more time, it feels like the opposite. I don't get any time that I actually need. So to give you guys a little bit of a rundown for the next couple of weeks, because with holiday season, everything seems to go by really fast. Today is Monday, and not this Friday, but next Friday is when my paper's due. So my paper's actually due on the 28th. However, the 27th is Thanksgiving. So we're really not for sure what we're going to do for Thanksgiving this year. My mother-in-law, which is kind of Will's side of the family, their Thanksgiving is going to be on Saturday. So my paper's due Friday, and then their Thanksgiving is going to be on Saturday. It's just going to be like a really busy week next week. This morning, I actually woke up at 5 this morning, and I was going to go to my library in my campus library and study, or like not really study, but work on my paper. And I woke up at 5, and then I realized that my library doesn't open till 7. Will's off today, so we were all going to go to All Good Diner, which is a little restaurant. It's like a little diner, and we were going to pick up my grandpa, and we were going to take him for breakfast. If I go at 5, I can come back at 8, and that'll give me like 3 hours to work on my paper, and then we can eat breakfast, take a little break, and then go back to restudying. But I realized that my campus doesn't open till 7. So I was like, well, that doesn't really work because 3 hours would be like 10 o'clock. And I don't think anyone wants to wait that long. However, it is 7:45 and I think my grandpa is still asleep. Given I didn't tell him last night that we were going to do this, so he didn't really have time to prepare. So I'm just waiting on him to call me back because I sent him a message that we were going to take him. So that's today's plans. We don't really know what else we're doing. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day when you're watching this. I am going to go ahead and get started, and then we'll see where the day takes us. Okay friends, we're getting ready to go. Sorry if the TV's a little loud. We usually keep the TV on for Teddy. We're gonna go eat some breakfast. I did work on my paper, but I'm definitely not finished working on it. I had to email my professor and ask something because there was something that came up that I needed to get like clarification on. Had to do that, so I think it's a good stopping point to go eat some breakfast / brunch. I'm definitely feeling stressed today, but we just have to know that everything is going to be fine at the end. Okay, while I'm out here in the car and Will's going in, you guys can probably see him. There he is. I am waiting on, or not waiting, but I guess I'm waiting. I'm waiting to buy Will a couple more Christmas presents, and we also have to buy all of our other family members presents as well. My brothers are at that age where Sam's 18 and Trevor's 22? Or is he 23? Sure, sorry Trevor if you're watching this. But they're at that weird age where it's just like so hard to buy for them, and I'm sure I probably am considered that age too. But what me and Will did this year is we just made one big Amazon list. If anyone purchases things off of our Amazon list, we can't see it, but other people can see it. Because last year I just made an Amazon list, but people were like texting each other like, hey, did you get this for Megan? And so this year we made it to where you could see if they purchased it.
Good morning. Got my bed here. We're gonna go, as she probably told you, go eat breakfast at our favorite spot. We haven't been in a while. You're probably gonna take Papo to do all those things, right? And then I was gonna come and ask you something. Can I take you on a date tonight? All right, so we're gonna do that later today.
Papo! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
It's not. Hello.
Who is it?
Hey, you go visiting you.
Oh.
Yeah, buddy.
What's all this commotion, Teddy?
Just took Teddy for a walk. I was waiting on some flies and some fly tying stuff to come through the mail, but it's gonna be coming through later today. It's just like a couple dollars worth of stuff, but I'm gonna have to tie my own. In the meantime, I'm gonna tie some egg fly, and the reason I'm doing that is because that's what they're munching on right now. Just there's some big fish up there, they're spawning, and the big ones that aren't spawning are eating the eggs coming down like little chicken nuggies coming downstream. So those are the ones we're going after. And I'm gonna tie a couple pink, make them real pretty. Got pink, peach, white, orange, everything. So we're gonna tie a couple of those real quick and then get Teddy situated and head on up, while Megan should be coming back from Grandpa's here pretty soon, Papo's, and then she's gonna do some study. So made a couple there, made a little micro orange one. Where is it? Micro orange one. I made like looks kind of like a clown. I made a little contrast of that natural cream and some orange, and then good old pink. I already got some tied up, so we're gonna go out. It should be good enough today. I never have enough. I'll end up needing more, but about time for us to get going. I've started up the river, got 2 bites, lost them. Probably pretty good fish, caught a little stalker. And then I came into the creek, caught a nice brown, about a 19.5 incher. Thought, oh, my day's turning around. And I stumble into like a 23.5, 24, maybe even a 25 inch rainbow. Fought it through all that shallow stuff. Got me hung up on 2 logs, lost it. There goes my fly rod. If I had a longer net, I would have caught it. I need to buy a longer net. I might just have to put it on the credit card. I've lost like a dozen giant fish this year because I don't have the right net. Mine is
giant, but it's short, so I can't get into the brush pile to get them. And then came up here, caught another really good rainbow, about 21, 22 inches. I set the hook, the line caught the corner of that rock, snapped it. So he's just swimming around with my indicator. So thought today was gonna be good. So far, it is bad. I've lost 2 giants, caught 1 good one, but we still got the rest of the creek. So we're gonna have a optimistic view of today and keep going. Well, that's why you stay optimistic. I just caught another big one. Chased him through all of that. He still stayed on somehow, so I'm 500 on him. That's a good one.
Just got back home from taking my grandpa back home, or back to his house. We picked him up to go to eat brunch, and he came back here, which you guys saw like a brief interaction. He had a doctor's appointment at 1, so I drove him to the doctor's appointment while Will stayed here, tied some flies, and then Will left to go fishing while we were, as we were leaving the doctor's. After we got done with the doctor's, I drove him back to his house, and then I drove from his house back to our apartment. So that is where we're at right now. Will, you guys heard earlier, he wants to go on a date tonight, which I think that he wants. There's like a sushi place up here. Sushi, however, I will eat sushi if it's cooked. I usually get like the California roll because most of the time it's cooked. Well, I think all the time it's cooked. I don't really know. Don't quote me on that. I think I've also tried cooked eel before and I liked that. So I think he wants to go there. I got Teddy a bone over there, so he's munching on that. And then we're going to get started on my paper again. I had a little mid pick-me-up snack. I put some little pizza rolls into the air fryer, and so I was eating those. I was filling up my Stanley, and I put my Stanley on the coffee table. I was rolling my desk around over here. Hang on, I'll show you guys. Rolling my desk around the corner. This right here is a coffee, or not a coffee, it's a cup holder. And when I was rolling it around the corner, this hit that. My Stanley fell over and we had a jar of banana peppers on our coffee table. The jar fell over, of course it did, and spilled in the floor here. I don't think it actually stained. If you guys are seeing like the mild discoloration there, it's because it's wet, and I did go over with the stain remover. I'm not as worried about it staining because I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I'm just worried about the smell, because if you guys know, like banana peppers and pickles have a very strong smell. I feel like every time I get to do my paper, I feel like the universe is like telling me not to do it. I don't know. Chapter 4, I have to combine a bunch of data tables, and then I have to incorporate that into chapter 4, go through, write about all the tables, and then do a data analysis section on the tables. That's also, I think it's towards like the end of chapter 4. So I have pretty much all of my tables created. I have a little bit of a summary under each one, but I need to copy all the tables, put them in the order that I want them to be in, write a little bit more, and then go into the data analysis. And then hopefully I'm crossing my fingers, by Friday I'm going to be done with chapter 4. So we're going to go ahead and again get started on my paper.
It's the best part of the day. It is sushi date time. We were gonna go on a movie date, but the movie we want to see, or at least I want to see, is not out, already gone. And
Well, what are you filming?
listen, I don't usually do this.
Right there. Okay.
Basically, both of our movies aren't in right now. Megan wants to see Black Phone 2. We're not gonna see it tonight because we need a refresher on Black Phone 1 because it's been like 4 years since we've seen it. That'll be for another night. It's just gonna be date night for dinner, and we're gonna try the new sushi place in town. And Megan's gotta get her talkies so we can watch. Our movie's probably gonna be a YouTube video tonight. Maggie's scared of sushi, so
V-I what?
Z-A
V-I-Z-A.
K-A-Y.
Right here.
You gotta make sure it's cooked.
Well, I just don't like awkwardly standing in there when they're like this, and you're like standing right here and you're like, I don't know what I want.
This looks like a genuine Japanese. So she's checking the menu before we go in there. Teddy, tell them what we're doing. Oh, okay. All right, down we're down. Tell them what we're doing, Teddy. Apparently we're doing some mail reveal.
I don't know why people do that. Got a thank you card from a wedding. Very sweet, very thoughtful from my friend Ryan. I got another invitation to another wedding. Everyone's getting married right now. Got some bills in the mail. State Farm sent me a Thanksgiving card. But she wanted to show you, because apparently this is a fly fishing channel now. All those flies and fly tying stuff I was supposed to get helped me today. She wants me to do a first reaction from the fly stop. Someone just laughed out there at that name. All right, I've forgotten what I've gotten. I knew I got some fly tying stuff. Got some dubbing. It is not made from real rabbits, don't worry, it's artificial. It makes the collars and some of my midges, gives a more natural look. Got some size, you can see how small these hooks are. These hooks, you can probably fit 2 or 3 on my fingernail. They're size, these are size 16. These are actually kind of big in fly fishing world. There's a thing called the 20 for 20 club. You catch a trout that's 20 plus inches on a size 20 hook, which is like, size 20 hook's like a little bit bigger than a pencil head. I'm in the club, took me a long time. And then, yeah, call it breakfast because it's all about eggs. This time of year, how do I do this without dropping everything? These are all those eggs that I said I was gonna be getting in anyways. Pink and white. So there we go. Artificial rabbit hair, hooks, and eggs. Like I said, little chicken nuggies. They love those little chicken nuggies. Now it's supposed to turn off. Turn off.